Hey, welcome back, comic fans. It's Mr. Q Comics back with another video here. Today I've got a great spec haul. I've done a lot of spec hunting this past week, and I decided to hit up a shop that I haven't been to for a while. They were closed down doing just all curbside pickup all through COVID, so I think they just reopened. I don't know when. I happened to be out and about and decided to check it out. Saw they were open, so I popped in there. I don't hit up the store often. It's not a comic shop. It is a hobby shop. They do mostly gaming. They get tabletops set up for people to come in and play. But they have some back issues in there. And it's all kind of modern back issues. A few silver and bronze age mixed in, but it's a lot of 2000 and up type of back issue stuff. He has a good selection of wall books. A lot of it's overpriced and has been there for a long time. I've actually picked up some great books out of there. I got my giant size X-Men #1 out of there, my ASM 129. Usually I go on like once, twice a year with a handful of cash. And he's usually pretty flexible with pricing when you're coming in and you're buying a lot of stuff. So I decided to pop in and see what they had. So before we jump into it, if you're a fan of comic hauls, please do me a favor. Go down below, hit the like button, hit subscribe, leave me some comments, and let me know what you think. So, all right, I pretty much have it all in alphabetical order. A lot of it's just modern spec stuff. Maybe a couple books I plan to keep in my PC, but honestly, most of this stuff is stuff I plan to buy, potentially get graded, and flip and put towards, the books I want in my collection. So, starting off, astonishing Ant-Man #6. This was cover price. Pretty much everything in there was cover price. So $3-4, a couple of books maybe in the $6 range. So this is the first Cassie Lang as Stinger. I don't know much about the story arc here, but anything tied to Cassie Lang, the Young Avengers, the new Hawkeye, all of that stuff. It's all nuclear. It's all worth picking up. If I'm finding it for $1 or cover price, I'm definitely going to pick it up. All right, we got Mighty Avengers #1. This is in really good shape as well. This is Monica Rambeau becomes Spectrum, which I believe is what's hinted at here in WandaVision, where she picks up her powers. Again, I don't know a ton about this story arc here. So, again, cover price, absolutely a great buy. This book has been, I think this just spiked, showed up on numerous hot reports this week. It is Secret Avengers #19, also in near mint condition for cover price. So this is tied to the Moon Knight series. I guess there's rumors that Moon Knight will go by the moniker Mr. Knight, at least for a portion of the show. That's the speculation anyways. He's not referred to as Mr. Knight in this issue, but he dons the all-white business suit with the simple white hooded mask in this book, which I think is super cool. I do hope that is a direction they go in the show. I dig that look. I think it's really neat. So, very cool book. I think it's going, I don't know, $20. All these books seem to be in that $15-20 range on eBay. A lot of this stuff, again, I'm not buying to flip right now, but hold on to. But again, I can't remember how good a shape this was in, if it's, CGC worthy, but I'm going to have to go through all the stuff after the fact and see what deserves taking a closer look at. All right, Young Avengers again, #2. Not in the best of shape. This is probably closer to VF near mint, but this is the second appearance of the Young Avengers, and Cassie Lang discovers that she has superpowers. Young Avengers #1, super expensive. I always preach picking up these second appearances. There's always going to be that kind of spillover when people want to get those first appearances and they're out of reach. The second appearances are going to be sought after as well. And you're seeing that with a lot of these books where these second appearances are going up in value. Just look at the second Moon Knight, whatever that is, Werewolf by Night 33, second Punisher. Those are expensive books now. So definitely psyched to get another copy of that. This was just a one-shot of a story arc I wasn't familiar with. Young Avengers Children's Crusade. Again, it's just tied to the Young Avengers, so I grabbed it. That just looks like the one-shot. And they also had #1 of the 9-part series, which I believe Speed and Wiccan go looking for Wanda after the events of House of M. So who knows what's going to happen with the Scarlet Witch moving forward in the MCU. Feels like they're bringing these, Speed and Wiccan in at some point. And who knows? So anything tied to the Young Avengers, though, for certain, worth picking up if you're finding it cheap. Again, I'm not going out spending 25, 30, 40 bucks on most of these books. Occasionally, I may see one that I think is worth getting if it's in super high grade, and I think I'm gonna flip it and have a real good shot at turning a profit on it. But I'm not spending a ton of money on these. I'm looking to be at cover price or less. This book definitely got some attention with Falcon and Winter Soldier. It's been on hot lists for the past year or two. It's definitely cooled off now. This is Captain America 341, first appearance of Lamar Hoskins as Battlestar. I'm assuming everyone's seen the show. He makes an appearance in the show. I won't get into the details. This one's not in the best of shape. I didn't realize it's got a lot of wrinkles in it that you can't make out through the bag, and I couldn't there either. But it was like $3, so I picked it up. I think it's like, in high grade, maybe a $20 book right now, raw, maybe. So still worth grabbing it when you find it cheap. Okay, this was the lone book in their dollar bins. I did a little bit of digging in their dollar bins, but they had so much gold in their regular back issue bins, I spent most of my time in there. This is the Free Comic Book Day Civil War #2. This is the first appearance of Nadia Pym as the Wasp. I think you will see a lot of people reference her appearance in the all-new, all-different Avengers from 2015. I think it's issue 9. She's on the cover. A lot of people call that the first appearance. But she does appear in this first. I don't know what counts, but whatever. It was $1. Only problem is it does have a really faint crease, which I didn't see there. Don't know if you'll pick it up. Yeah, you can kind of see it a little bit. But whatever. It was $1. So be on the lookout for it. I haven't heard any rumors or spec about, this character. But again, I mean, Marvel's clearly going in this direction where they're going to be bringing in a lot of these new modern characters. These people who have taken over the old school monikers, and I think they're just going to keep going that way. So for $1, I will take that all day long. All right, here's another book that was on hot list for quite some time and certainly cooled off a lot. I think this was tied to the Hellstrom Hulu series, which honestly I did not watch. I don't even have Hulu, but Ghost Rider #28. This is still in the bag. This is the first cameo team appearance of the 9, and a lot of multiple firsts in there. So again, it's cooled off considerably. I think it's maybe a $10, maybe $15 book, but definitely worth picking up. I think it was, I got notes here somewhere, $3, and it's still in the bag. So definitely worth taking a shot when you find it for that price. So many of these books get hot, they're nuclear, and then they drop off the face of the earth, and then they come back around and they get hot. I still see that book, Thor, I can't remember, the one where he picks up the hammer. That book still sells for $20 to $50, and then a 9.8 can go for a couple $100. I don't know why, but I find that a dollar bin still. But so who the heck knows? For $3, I am going to take it home. Okay, let me get another stack here. More Ghost Rider stuff. This is just another first appearance. These were not cover price. He had these at $10 a piece, but I figured it was worth a shot. Again, I don't know if there's any spec tied to this character, but it's Ghost Rider #1. I don't know what year. It's the Marvel Now. This is the first appearance of, oh my God, I'm drawing a blank on his name, Robbie Reyes as Ghost Rider, and he's on the cover as well. There were 3 copies, so I took all 3. All marked at $10. One of them has a similar crease to that Civil War 2 book, which I didn't catch, but I would have taken it anyways. So, when I bundle all this stuff up, he gives me like 10 to 15% off as well. So paying a little bit less than the prices that were on there. So again, for me, most of these I would say VF Nearman, except for the one with the crease. I don't know how much of that will come out. Definitely worthwhile picking up. That's nowadays $10 for one of these books feels like a pretty solid risk to take, and I think these in near mint condition are going for double that right now. I don't think there's any spec tied to this character, but they're all worth any of these first appearances are all worth picking up, in my opinion. If you can find them cheap, that's the key. Not spending 30, 40, $50 on them and breaking your budget to get them into your collection. You got to go on the hunt for them. All right, this one I was psyched to find, one of the few Copper Age books I picked up. It's Iron Man 281. Really nice shape, near mint condition, probably not a 9.8, but this is the first cameo appearance of the War Machine armor, one or two panels maybe in the very back. It's not called out as the War Machine armor, but it is the first cameo. This was also marked to $10. I've got another copy. I've got 282 as well, but anything tied to the War Machine Iron Man armor, I think definitely worth grabbing. Given the Armor Wars series, I don't know what else is out there in terms of spec on it. I forget the Iron Man issue where it starts 325. I'm probably getting that wrong. I can't remember. But for $10, a near mint copy, definitely a good buy. This is another fairly hot book. This is Marvel Now .1, number 1. I do not know which volume this is. I know there's a few of these. You've got the first Kamala Khan in one of these, one of the volumes, and the first, I'm forgetting his name. Oh, it's one of the Novas. I think it's Sam Alexander. I can't remember which volume. Anyways, this is tied to America Chavez. Again, another character with a lot of spec around her. So this is the first cover appearance. I guess it's her right there. I could not find any of the other hot books tied to her. I don't believe. I was looking for that Vengeance issue, but no luck on that. That could have been taken out of there a while back. Who knows? But still, super happy to have this. I've got this one in the thick board, so I think when I was looking at it, I must have determined that is a good potential for a 9.8. So happy to grab that. Some of these books, you know, $20-$30 a near mint, but if you're getting the 9.8s, there's such a premium on anything that's a 9.8. It's crazy. Some of them are, you know, $200-$300 for a first cover appearance, which is on a modern book for a character that may or may not show up or anyone even care for. So, all right, we've got again some Bronze Age Nova number 2. This was only $10. Nova number 1, pretty expensive. This is the second appearance and first appearance of Condor and Powerhouse. For $10 in probably VF condition, definitely a good pickup. I've heard so much speculation with Nova over the past probably 2 years. I really don't know if anything's in development. I'm sure they're talking about it. I know they've hinted that he will come out at some point. So I dug through. I didn't realize how many volumes in Nova there were, and I don't know most of the stuff in the series, but this was volume 5, I think. Issue 29, first appearance of Warbringer. I don't even know who that is, but didn't have a lot of the other books, or I just kind of passed on them. Wasn't really sure what other keys to be on the lookout for, but cool cover on that. I do like that. All right, this one is one I did get for my PC, hoping it was an improvement over my existing copy, which I don't think it is once I got it home and took a look at it. Quasar, number 14. This is just, if you've watched any of my hauls before, I love Todd McFarlane. That's what really got me hooked into comics. So I seek out and collect any McFarlane stuff I find, particularly older stuff. I don't get so much into buying all those modern covers. There's so much stuff tied with Spawn. I do get quite a bit of it, but this is just one of those obscure. I think he did one lone cover on Quasar. He also did one on the Conan run from the 80s, early 90s. I do love this cover. I never even saw it as a kid. Discovered it as an adult when I got back into the hobby. So every so often I see it out there. It's not an expensive book. I mean, if you go on eBay, you're probably going to pay $10-15 for a sharp copy. I think. I could be wrong on that, but I think my first copy I probably pulled out of a dollar bin. So just a super cool cover. I don't think it's an upgrade over my copy, and it's got a bad miswrap, but I'm never going to leave that behind. I did pay a little bit more than I probably should have for that. I don't even remember what I paid on that. Probably like $5. So anyways, I would have grabbed it regardless. I do love McFarlane covers. Okay, some more spec stuff. These are just, you know, not the big books, but the minor keys tied to these characters that are going to be coming down the road. So volume 3 of Amazing Spider-Man, number 1. First appearance of, I think it's just Cindy Moon before she's Silk. So it's her first cameo and origin of Cindy Moon. I think this was $5-6. I grabbed this when I find it. It is a tougher book to find in high grade, I think, because it's one of these super thick. You can see how thick it is. It's one of those giant ones, and I always see them with a bad spine tick right in the middle. and a lot of bindery defects, but this one looks pretty sharp. He had a number of them. He had like 4 or 5. I'll probably go back and get a couple more. I was just hesitant with those corners and those bindery tears on them to grab too many of them. I was getting such a big stack. So definitely a book worth picking up. I think it's finally starting to go up a little bit more. I think I see it on eBay in the $15, $20 range, but it is still at your local shops. I mean, don't pay those prices on eBay. Go digging. You will find them. I just found another one yesterday at one of my shops that does mostly vintage stuff, and he had one for $5 as well. So I also grabbed issue number 2. This one was cover, I believe. So this is the second cameo appearance of Cindy Moon. First appearance and death of Francine Fry, who I guess becomes the female version of Electro later on down the road. But again, cover price, minor key, not the first full appearance of Silk, but worthwhile if you're finding in the dollar bins or for cover. Another book in this run that is definitely worth picking up, probably more so than these in my opinion. It's Amazing Spider-Man number 9. So this is, I believe, the second appearance of Spider-Gwen. So Spider-Gwen, I think we all know, is going to show up eventually in some form in the MCU or a show or whatever. She's going to show up. First appearance is obviously crazy expensive. Look out for the second appearance. I got this for cover. I picked up another one yesterday as well at my shop. I did pay more than cover for that one, but it's worth it. And this is probably going for $20, $25, I think. I haven't really dug through eBay to look at all the exact prices, but definitely a book to be on the lookout for. And you'll find it in a lot of dollar bins still. Especially you go to obscure places, you know, not just your big shops. Go to antique malls. Antique malls always, you know, I find a lot of people will have, or flea markets will have a lot of modern stuff. These guys are doing house clean outs, stuff like that. They don't know what the stuff is. They just throw it out there. They just want to get rid of it. So definitely great places to hunt. All right, I got a few more here. I did pick up some Star Wars. I'm only going to show off a couple. I don't know a ton about the Star Wars keys. There's so many. Everything with Star Wars has gone just absolutely crazy. And his bins of Star Wars were picked over. I don't think this place gets a lot of attention from spec buyers, but I think the gamers that go in there, some of them do collect comics, and I'm sure Star Wars is popular with them. So it was really picked over. But I did find this in excellent shape, near mint condition. Wizard number 1/2. I guess this is a mail-in. Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. So I guess technically this is the first appearance in comics of Anakin, Qui-Gon, and Padme. It's got the COA with it as well. This was $10, I think. So he also had a bunch of the episode 1 books. He had a lot of the Dark Horse stuff, but I don't know a ton about it. I picked up everything he had on episode 1, and I'll just show off. We got the number 1 with the Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan photo cover. And I got number 2 with the Anakin photo cover. This is marked as the first full appearance of Darth Maul on everything that I see on eBay and Key Collector. It's not the money book, though. The money book was not there, which I believe is issue 3 with a, not a photo cover, but it's a Darth Maul on the cover. So I don't know if that's technically his first full, or if it's just hot because of the cover, because he's on it. So look out for number 3. Good luck finding it. It's like $100+ book, but happy to get those anyways. I did pick up some modern Star Wars as well. Number 4 from the 2015 run, volume 2 from Marvel, which is the first appearance of Sana Starros, I think is her actual name. She's the one, I read like the first 40 issues of that run, and then I kind of got off it. I got bored. She's the one who shows up, and they initially refer to her as Sana Solo, but then she's not actually his wife. But again, I just picked it up, pure spec. Figured it's worth having extra copies. I do have the run through like issue 46. But this one recently got hot. First appearance of a bounty hunter whose name I'm going to butcher. I did not read it. It's Lando number 2, again from 2015. All these series they came out with in 2015. I forget his name. Chanath Cha. I don't know. I didn't read this, but it was in there the same day, like showed up on the Key Collector app, so I picked it up for cover. All right, here's a reprint, but it goes for good money. True Believers of Star Wars, Kanan the Last Padawan, number 1. which is a ton of first appearances of characters I'm not too familiar with. I know they're in the Rebel show. I didn't watch the Rebel show. I watched some of the Clone Wars cartoon with my daughter, but that is a commitment trying to sit down and go through all the seasons of that. But this is the first cameo of Sabine Wren, first cameo of Ezra Bridger, first cameo of Hera, first Kanan. A lot of first characters I'm not up to speed on, but I know this book is hot. It's expensive. One of my shops has a 9.0, I think, for like $300 or something, but not something I'm willing to pony up for. But I think this was only a couple dollars, and I feel like it goes for like $40 for the reprint. So I'm shocked that these True Believers reprints go so much. Same with the facsimile editions of books. My shops still have all the Hulk 180, 181s, all those facsimiles sitting out. They bought a ton of them. And I see people selling them on eBay for $30, $40 for some of them. Getting them slabbed, selling 9/8 for $150. It's crazy. All right, Thunderbolts #1. Thunderbolts also been hot. This was $10, but this one was a letdown. When I got home, it's got a nasty tear there. So this is not the first appearance. That's in whatever Hulk issue that is, which I've never come across, surprisingly. This is, I think, they're revealed to be the Masters of Evil. So everyone's speculating the Thunderbolts are going to show up in some form, some iteration. So happy to find it. Disappointed with that tear, but I'll be sitting on that for a bit anyways. All right, this one got hot with that photo of Chris Hemsworth. Not this one, the Thor, the first appearance, but this one probably a little bit as well. It's Thunderstrike #1. He's got the reddish leather jacket, like the photo. I just grabbed it because it's newsstand copied. It's in pretty good condition. So who the heck knows what's going to happen, but for a few bucks, definitely worth grabbing that from the newsstand, I think. I personally don't care about collecting newsstands, but I understand why people pay a premium. I personally just wouldn't pay that type of premium. And I kind of like the symbols, the drawing better, but personal preference, I guess. All right, last two from the back issue bins. Sorry, I do have one more that was a big score, which I post on Instagram if anyone follows me and all. But this is Ultimates #1. I forget. Oh, it's from 2015. I think that's volume 2. I don't know. It's the first appearance of Ao, who I believe was just in the Falcon Winter Soldier. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know a lot of the characters from the Black Panther movie too well. But this book got hot recently. This is also near mint condition. So, Astonishing X-Men #3. First cameo appearance of Abigail Brand, who I see some speculation that Emilia Clarke may be playing her in the Secret Invasion show. Then again, I see speculation that Emilia Clarke could be playing like 2 or 3 other characters, but it's tied into the Sword Station, I think, or maybe that's issue 6. That's the bigger book. Issue 6 is her first full appearance, and I think that's the first mention of Sword, and it's got Colossus and Kitty Pryde on the cover. I was looking for it yesterday. One of my other shops had the whole run of this, but that was not there. Neither was this, so someone else had got there first. But again, near mint, cover price, definitely worth it. Okay, I will do the one wall book I did buy from him. I've been buying these when I can find them at good prices. I thought there's anything $100 and under for something in that VF range is worth it to me. On this Savage She-Hulk #1, I think I've got 4 or 5 of these now. I saw some photo leaks from the set yesterday of, I forget the actress's name, who's playing her, but in their yellow UCLA sweatshirt. So you know how this stuff goes. It's always been a pretty pricey book. I think I've had and sold a couple of them in the past few years, but you can still get them relatively cheap. This is in VF condition. It's got some foxing and staining up here. Don't know that I'd bother to get it slabbed, but it was $100, I think. So with the discount I got at the end, it was more like $85. So definitely happy to get another copy. I think that you can still find them affordable if you're into the She-Hulk, if you're into buying Bronze Age stuff. I would grab it now because once they start doing some, teaser trailers, the books will explode like everything. I never understand that, honestly. It's like we know what's coming. Why do people wait until the trailer drops to go out and start spending the obscene amounts of money? It's so odd to me sometimes the way the comic book collecting market goes. All right, the big find. This book cooled off, but it was hot for a while. I was never going to pay these types of prices, but I was digging through his Batman stuff. He had a whole run of, good, some late bronze, some Copper Age stuff. And surprisingly, this was in there. Batman 313. This is the first, I'm drawing a total blank. Oh my God, first appearance of Tim Fox, who is the Batman in the future state. So this is a pretty sharp copy. It's not near mint, but it's probably in the VF range. It's got a couple of tears. He had it marked at 15 bucks. So that was a steal. I will probably not be holding on to this. This is still going for over $100 for this book. So definitely happy to have that. That pretty much pays for, well, at least the She-Hulk and then some. So definitely happy to find that. So that is the haul, guys. I went back to the store a couple days later. Got a huge book that I didn't see the first time around. He had in the case. Don't know how I missed it. Don't know how the heck it was still sitting there. So that's a little teaser for the next video. So psyched to get this book. It wasn't something I was on the lookout for. But if you enjoy haul videos, guys, please go down below, hit the like button, leave me some comments, let me know what you think. See you guys soon.